Okay. Hello everybody, hello. How we all doing? Hope we're all doing good. How's the day been so far, people? Okay, so from tomorrow night, it'll be from about 11 o'clock again, because, yeah, power starts to do that thing at night again. Unfortunately. Anyways, we are going to continue where we left off. So.
To this day, the Shaper's magical and technological prowess remains unrivaled. One thing is clear. None of their marvels would have been possible without an incredible amount of magical energy. According to Iskrim, this is it. The heart of the Nexus. The source of the Shaper's power.
Okay, so what I want to do tonight is I want to basically start setting the foundations for getting higher tier buildings. We need scrolls for those, so in my town that I've got going on here, in Mullendeer, I've got shops that I can go to and trade with. So I'm gonna go to those shops and I'm gonna see what I can buy. I need to also sell a shitload of stuff because I have a shitload of stuff. You guys saw my inventory yesterday. It is packed. And when I mean packed, I mean packed. We finished off last night and with connecting with this middle crystal looking thing. Connecting, and it's given us another path to follow, so we'll be following that path. Yeah, so I'm looking for either stuff for elves or orcs. I wouldn't mind some more human upgrades, but elves and orcs are definite because something tells me we're going to need to actually use them in the coming fights.
Tar, how do you feel? You sounded a bit lost before.
I guess I was. My father's voice, it brought back memories.
And not exactly good ones, I suppose. Well, I hope we can find some answers in the marshlands. Is there anything else you wish to talk about? If not, I best get prepared.
No, I don't think there's anything else I need to talk about with you. Except we do have some upgrading points. Points of upgrade? Dexterity. I don't think I'm gonna go with dexterity. Constitution. But also one ability point. Brute. I think I might actually get another one in Brute. Oh, my Brute is not even full. However, my white magic is. Wait, where's restoration? Where's that from? Ah, it's from white magic. Okay, my white magic's oh, it's not full. Okay, I'm gonna put that in there. And then I'm gonna go with this is a good one because some of these ones I can't use yet. Dexterity 4. I need to get my dex up. I think that's what I was trying to do. Dexterity. Okay, let's get one in dexed. Got dexterity. Apply. Cool. I don't look half bad, to be honest. Oh, come on, I was stupid. I should have gone Constitution. I wanted my Constitution up. Okay, that was stupid. People always look at your shit before putting it on. Okay. 7 Constitution. It's a good fucking set of armor. Okay. Ooh, the affinity one. Okay. So we've already done that. Yeah, I'm gonna put one in there. And then what do I need for... What are your bow situations like, Chicky? Can I change this? I would need Constitution for that, wouldn't I? No, not really. So you're not a Constitution type of person. That is not what I'm looking for. Let's sort everything out. Oh, that's not a good bow. That's not a good bow. What are you talking about? Bow that she's got at the moment is a fucking excellent bow. Is there no good bows? No. Oh, that's just bullshit. That is just all types of bullshit. Oh yeah. We have... Okay, we got medallion, but we don't have rings. Which is a pity. Which is a big, big pity. Okay, so... Let's look and see what she's got here. Dext and intelligence. She doesn't need intelligence, she needs dexterity. So... Maybe willpower. Maybe I should get the willpower up. Yeah, let's get the willpower up. Yeah, she needs focus. Okay, my friend. Earth-shaping elements. Okay. Okay. I see that I've been leveling up your intelligence, constitution, and strength. So I'm going to put one more in strength. I'm going to apply. Okay. Two-handed weapons. So... One-handed. Nope, that's not good enough for you. Two-handed. Yours has got 41. 44. One-handed. Two-handed. Most of the stuff is so fucking weak. What is going on here? Maybe we can give him a helmet. Let's get him. Let me see if I can get him a helmet. Give him a helmet. No. Cannot be used on dwarf. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay. I guess it cannot be used on a fucking dwarf. Bunch of fucking dicks. Common shield. Let's see. Does this help you out at all? Is this better than the blade you got at the moment? Yours is 10 to 11. Oh fuck, I've got a better blade for you than that. There's an 11 for 14. 11 to 14. That's a two-handed weapon. I'm not looking for a two-handed. I'm looking for a one-handed. One-handed, 11 to 14. Go. Can we get you better armor? Oh no, that armor is actually very good. Okay, can I get you at least a helmet? Okay, so we got intelligence and dexterity. Constitution. Okay. And then of course you've also got... Oh, you got two abilities. Oh, but I've maximized... Oh, I've almost maximized. Okay, he requires level 17, so I'm not going to give him any more. Oh, Dreamweaving. Yes, I forget you're Dreamweaver. Sure. Let's go willpower. Ah, you have the two swords. 7 and 8, and the 7 and 8. Oh no, that's 12 to 13. 7 and 8. No. We're definitely not giving you a shit weapon. She's got one long sword and one uneven. Okay, her swords are uneven. They unbalanced as shit. Okay. What do we got? What do we got? What are we working with, first of all? 35 to 40 damage. Fuck me. Okay. 35 to 40. 35 to 40, 35 to 40, 35 to 40. 35 to 40. Okay, all of the stuff is still the fucking same. Boom. What do we got here? Yeah, we're definitely upgrading you. We're definitely upgrading your stuff. Oh no, we can't upgrade it any further than it is. Okay. Take a look. Let's start getting things up to par, shall we? Apply. Let's go occulism. Katana, one-handed. 12 to 13, 12 to 13. Do I have anything else that is one-handed that's 12 to 13? One more. It's two-handed. Those are spears, which is also one-handed. Are they spears? Snake spear, yeah. 13 to 15. Oh. I might have fucked up there. Okay. You're a two-handed weapon wielder. 13 tiles. Okay. 20. That's not too bad. But I won't change you, don't worry, don't worry. But I will put that on you, and I will put that on you. Okay. Ah, I can't. Willpower. Let's go Constitution. I can't use my abilities. $40 to 40. Yeah, there's nothing that's gonna beat that, I'm sorry to say. Okay.
What's next?
Okay. Ooh. Okay. My helmet is good. Actually, I got 25. Oh yeah. Let's get going. Let's get going.
Will do.
Okay, let's go buy some upgrades, shall we? I know we still got to speak to a few people. Talk to the two people that are in here at the moment. You want to see me? Who's in here? No one. Is that my room? I don't remember.
Zal Raka.
Gore, how are you and the Fire Wielders settling in?
All right, I guess. Though there've been some quarrels between my warriors and these Mohir elves. But don't worry, I took care of it. And that elven scryer promised to do the same. Nonetheless, Tahar, I have to say it. I don't like this place. Not at all.
Why not?
I guess it's the people who once lived here. The Shapers. They were corrupted. And I can feel that corruption even now.
Corrupted?
Yeah. Their customs, their culture. They were completely detached from the order of nature.
Okay, how so?
How so?
Do you even need to ask? Just look around. Ghost warriors, strange machines, strange buildings. Especially this place, this Nexus. They thought they were above everything.
He's got a point.
Even the gods. And they meddled with things they didn't understand.
And
it's
they got
disgusting.
kicked in the
Well,
nuts for it.
they're dead now.
Maybe. But I can still feel their presence. Anyway, nothing we can do about it. If the Shapers caused the blood burn, I understand why we need this place. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
Nope. That's about it. Okay. Yeah, he pissed. He pissed. He just a bit pissed. It seems so big on the map though. Once you get down to playing it, it's not that big at all.
Oh, hey. How are you holding up? Telepathy, visions, now your father. Must have been quite a whirlwind.
It was.
It Was.
Well, I'm here if you need me. Now let's go find some answers, shall we? A deadly swamp, an old ruined castle, insects everywhere. If that doesn't sound like fun, I don't know what does.
How are you holding up?
Fine, I guess. Thanks for asking. You know, Corporal, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Yes?
Well, not knowing your mother and all that shit your father put you through. Do you ever feel lost?
What do you want to know?
Why do you want to know?
Oh, I'm just wondering, I guess. So, what's your answer?
Yes, I do.
I figured. You know, I haven't told you that yet, but actually our pasts aren't so different. Save for the fact that my father didn't try to conquer the world, at least not that I know.
How are our pasts alike then?
Simply put, I also didn't know my mother. And my father was a bastard if there ever was one.
Huh?
What happened to your mother?
She died giving birth to me.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. As I said, I never knew her.
I take it you and your father aren't on good terms then.
You are of great wisdom, Tahar. No, we were not. I was and still am the only heir of the family, and if there's anything my father ever cared about, it was prestige. You see, it might not be obvious, but I'm actually of noble blood. Pure blood, as Finn and Mir elves call it. Nothing impressive, small nobility. You know, similar to the kind of Nortander nobility that's always around at royal festivities, licking everyone's boots so that they just don't forget about them.
The elves have nobility?
There's nobility in Finn and Mir?
Oh, yes, there is. They don't call it that, but essentially Finn and Mir is an aristocracy.
How so?
Well, as you might know, elven culture heavily revolves around the White Tree, a gift from their goddess Ellen. Simply put, the tree is revered and guarded by a group of mages, of seers, called the Council. They're the rulers of our country, 6 women and 6 men. Now, according to the ancient lore, when a seer dies, his or her successor is chosen by the Council. However, it has become custom that a seer should be replaced by someone from his bloodline. Someone pure, as they call it.
Which means they make sure that the power stays within the right families.
Indeed. And even though elven families in themselves are small, if you count all the cousins, aunts, and uncles, the members of just one council family could populate a whole township. In other words, the closer your blood ties with the council, the closer you are to the White Tree. And thus, the higher your standing.
So I assume your father put you under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. I barely had a childhood. It was all stern-faced teachers instead, trying to feed me language, history, math, and magic from the day I could speak. And I can't even remember all those festivities and religious ceremonies I had to attend. It was as if I learned the meaning of the word small talk before I learned how to ask for my mother's teat. Not that she would have been around to listen.
How about friends?
How about friends?
Oh, that's another topic. I was allowed to go out and play as long as it was with the right people. Still, I didn't, which was my choice, really. One of the few I made in those years. I preferred to stay on my own.
How come?
I don't know. See, I've always felt a bit ahead of others. As you know, we think in other dimensions than you do. Our lives are a lot longer. What that means is that an elf who has seen 20 winters is still considered and looks like a child. Thus, behaves as such.
Okay.
I just never felt at home with most people. Especially around my age. And that feeling never changed.
About your father?
What was your father hoping to gain from this?
Isn't it obvious? He wanted to marry me off, and thus expand our petty little family's prestige.
Well,
If he simply wanted to arrange a marriage for you, then why teach you magic, maths? When these things happen in Nortander, it's usually more about, how shall I put it?
The looks?
And the ancestry, yes.
Well, these things play a big role in Finn and Mir too, but to be considered a good match, education and magical talent are just as important. For a priest, let alone a pure blood, to be seen with an uneducated, non-gifted street elf is frowned upon, not to say forbidden. Also, from what I've learned, it's mostly young women and girls who get married off in Nortander, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, this isn't the case in Finn and Mir. If the head of a family decides to do so, a young boy or a young man may have the same fate as the one I just escaped by a hair's breadth. But this is a topic you could fill books with. Probably not for now.
Oh, okay. But it never came to...
But it never came to that.
Almost.
I see.
I see. Where is your father now?
Dead as a doornail. He got assassinated some years before I was allowed into the priesthood.
Whoa. Assassinated?
Assassinated? What happened?
He got mistaken for someone else. But it doesn't really matter. Let's not talk about it.
I'm
I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be. To be honest, I'm glad he's dead. Otherwise, I would be in bed next to some 200-year-old seer now. You see, Tahar, if there's one thing I took away from all that, it's that there's no greater power in life. Or, if there is, it doesn't care. Murderers live to be 100, children die in the birth beds. Ultimately, the biggest fallacy is that we like to believe that there's someone who gives a damn. We're on our own, and we have to make the best out of whatever life throws at us. I did. And even though not all worked out as I had planned, I'm here. And I'm free.
But the Guardians are real.
But the Guardians are real.
I never said that they weren't. But tell me one thing. Why is there cruelty when there's Shanna? Why is there injustice when there's Arian? Why do children die when there's Ellen? There are two explanations. Number one, the Guardians are far less powerful than we think. Number two, they just don't give a damn.
Or maybe their hands are tied. The Harbinger said they've been put to sleep to prepare for Aenir's return.
Well, then they've been asleep for quite some time now. Whatever the reason, though, it amounts to the same. The gods aren't the answer. Yeah, every once in a while there's the token miracle healing. So you can either sit on your buttocks hoping that some god will take pity, or you can take your fate into your own hands.
That's a cynical way to see things.
No more cynical than to believe that the gods care.
Why?
Well, if you had the power to intervene without risk and you don't, what does that make you? A textbook cynic, and definitely not someone I'd like to have a drink with, let alone worship.
Okay.
But you still feel lost sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, I do. But I'm working on it. Anyway, we digressed quite a bit, didn't we? Sorry, my fault. Sometimes I just talk too much. I'll see you around, Tahar. And thanks for listening.
Advice in the main quest. Okay. Okay, so they are... I have to speak to them quite a bit to actually see what's going on. This is going to take a while before we can continue with the main quest. Or even upgrading some shit. We have to go speak to all of the people with question marks.
Huh?
But how does it feel? Change.
What's it like to change form? I've been wondering about that since I met you.
I can imagine. It's exhilarating and strange at the same time. If it taught me one thing, then it's how foolish it is to put the mind above every other aspect of the body. Many people do that, especially scholars or mages.
What do you mean?
Because the shape of our flesh is so much more than just a shell. It defines us. When I take on the form of a wolf, for example, this wolf isn't just me with fangs and paws.
What is it then?
It's a different version of myself.
A different version.
Yes, you can understand if you haven't been there. But I guess you could say that when I'm taking on a creature's form, a part of my mind gets infused with that creature's essence. The thirst for the hunt, thinking as part of a pack, just to name the most obvious aspects. They meld with my mind. When I was young and first started shifting, The creature always dominated. It was like a feverish dream, and I had almost no control over my actions. With time, it got better.
Okay. Did you ever lose...
Did you ever completely lose control when you were in another form?
In the beginning, yes. But the Elder always made sure I was in a controlled environment when I did my first transformations.
How does it feel to...
How does it feel to shift into a spider?
Strange. Being a mammal, a wolf or bear, it feels different, but still somehow familiar.
Okay.
A spider is something else entirely.
Yeah, well,
the
it's
way
an
you
arachnid.
see, the way you perceive, the way you feel. The first time I shifted, I couldn't bear it for more than a minute, and it haunted me for weeks after that.
Yeah, I imagine.
How do you learn a new form?
How do you learn a new form?
That's complicated. First you have to understand that creature, observe it, live with it if possible. That can take months, years, sometimes decades. Then there's what we shamans call the first joining. You have to visualize your shift.
How does that work?
What?
I can't explain it. It's like your first bloodshed. It can't be explained, only experienced.
Understandable. In theory, could you transform into anything?
So in theory, could you transform into anything? Even, say, a wyvern? A dragon?
In theory, yes. In practice,
No.
there's no known shapeshifter who has ever done that. Save for old orcish legends, maybe.
Why not?
First off, there aren't many dragons around to study. And even if there were, you aren't likely to survive it. Secondly, transforming into something that enormous, it can be lethal. Our minds, our essence just isn't fit to govern such a massive body. Only some years ago, there was talk of an Ash Reaver shifter who had attempted to morph into a troll. He succeeded, but his heart, the troll's heart, stopped before he could take a single step. So you see why most shifters aren't that eager to experiment.
Wow, that's definitely interesting. Thanks for taking the time to explain.
Sure.
Okay. Orcish culture.
Back in Bar Gagor, you told me that you think the orc should strive to be more. What do you mean by that? Do you consider your culture to be, well, inferior?
Inferior? No, not at all. On the contrary, I'm glad to be a fire wielder, and not a human or an elf.
Why?
Okay.
Because not so unlike the Shapers, your culture is bigoted, strange. You like to tell yourselves you're more than the animals you slaughter for food. You call yourselves civilized. But in the end, you look for the struggle just as anything and anyone else does. But of course you don't admit to it. You want to be better than that. And the result are lies, intrigue, wars, and assassinations. Your culture is so bizarre that it's almost amusing.
Okay.
Well, you have a point.
I know. So no, I don't consider our culture to be inferior. But we've gone astray. Fools such as Krell was one. They're the reason your race looks down on us. If Zakrak had wanted us to be ever-fighting, ravaging brutes, he wouldn't have given us minds to begin with. Every brawl, every battle, every war has to have a purpose. It isn't something done for pleasure. Yes, it can be enjoyed. But at its core, it is ritual. The most basic one of nature.
In other words, violence and war are good and necessary, but only within measure?
Yes, and it should be learned from. That's where most orcs disagree. They claim to value wisdom, But when asked to choose between words and a club, they always choose the club. And as you see, this is why our culture has stagnated. In its current state, there will never be an orc empire, a great tribe, or the earth-shaking horde Zarek envisioned.
So what you want is to lead your people to a better future.
You make it sound so dramatic. For now, the Fire Wielders are a good start. And by helping you, they will hopefully see that diplomacy and strength don't always contradict each other.
Yep.
After that, we shall see.
Don't you think a life without violence is possible?
Don't you think a world without violence is possible?
No,
Why? Isn't that what we should all aspire to?
we should aspire to a lot of things. But tell me, Tahar, this world has existed for millennia. And has there ever been peace? Lasting peace?
Nope. Just take SpellForce 2, the Shicons and things like that. Well,
At times, yes.
At times, exactly as I said. Our very existence is based on conflict. Finding food, not freezing to death. Living means to struggle. Your people, with your warm clothes and banquets, try all in your power to forget that fact. But you can't, because ultimately, there's as much thirst for struggle in you as in an orc. What we orcs believe is that we should embrace it, that we should just face the truth, even if it's ugly. That the ways of nature can't be changed by its creation. It's like fighting the tides.
So what? Do we just kill each other whenever we feel like it?
No, what we need is a way to channel our urges. Ceremonial battles, arenas, a society that is centered around survival and strength, and gains rather than loses stability from it. Because if we simply suppress these urges, such as humans, the elves, and the dwarves do, they will at one point only erupt even more violently.
Might be right.
I never looked at it that way. But I think you might be right.
You never fail to surprise, Tahar. Anyway, where were we?
Did you always have these ambitions?
No.
Then where did they come from?
None of your business, Tahar. Sorry.
All right.
Thanks for explaining.
Well, thanks for explaining.
Sure.
How did you become shapeshifter?
How did you become a shapeshifter?
I was chosen.
And how does that work?
Complicated. Are you sure you want to hear the whole story? Time isn't exactly on our side.
That's fine. The more I know about your abilities, the better.
It isn't, but the more I know about your abilities, the better. You're fighting for me, after all.
We're not fighting for you, Tahar. We are fighting alongside each other.
He
That's
was
a big difference.
stupid there.
Alongside, then.
Good. Let's make it short then. Shapeshifting is a gift of Zarek. One that only the best of his shamans are granted.
And how does one become a shaman?
He has to be chosen by a tribe's chieftain.
Okay.
You see, magical talent is a lot rarer among orcs than it is among humans or elves. In my tribe, there was only me and Rain. We both discovered our talent by chance. I, when I was 9, and put out a fire that had broken out in my family's hut. Everybody was asleep. Even the damn fool that had been tasked to stand guard. When I woke up, the entire room was in flames.
So your magic woke you.
So it was your magic that woke you?
No, I needed to take a piss.
Makes sense. What happened then?
I panicked and started screaming, as every child would have. However, the only thing that did was make me inhale the fumes even quicker. My vision blurred and I lost consciousness. When I woke up again, I was on a bed of hay in the village shaman's tent, and everybody was staring at me.
Okay.
As if I was Zarek incarnate. I asked what happened and they told me. Just when I had lost consciousness, it had started to rain. Not just a little. It was a full-fledged storm, a deluge from the skies. With not even a minute, all the tents in the village had been flooded.
Wow.
The fire wasn't extinguished right away, but was quickly put out by the other orcs that had been awoken by the storm.
Okay, so you made it storm. I'm confused. Could have been coincidence.
That's impressive.
Say that's impressive.
Well,
I'm just
it was also
confused.
my last successful weather ritual. If it hadn't been, Barker Gore would be all meadows and forest by now. According to my brothers, I had an orange shimmer in my eyes and was muttering strange words when they took me to the shaman. She told me that was a clear sign that I was gifted, and that I had fire in my blood, as my tribe likes to say.
You got
Of
fire in
course,
your
it
blood.
changed
Wait,
my life entirely.
I don't need
All
fire.
of a sudden, I was my Cal's pride. It was strange, not just for me, but also for my kin.
How did your family take it?
How did your family take it?
Well, they were proud, but they also weren't sure how to treat me anymore. For example, my father stopped taking me out on the hunt because he was afraid that something might happen, which is ridiculous, shaman or not. An orc who can't wield a spear isn't an orc at all. Also, my siblings became withdrawn. Jealousy, of course, but also estrangement. All of a sudden, their baby
So
brother
he
had
was
become this
actually
strange being,
Ostracized.
which had apparently been bitten by Zarek himself.
It's always like that. Being different isolates you.
I guess.
Maybe he trained himself.
Who trained you? The healer?
Yes.
Oh,
But only about her craft. Primitive ghost callings, alchemy, medicine. I learned my magic from an elder who lived in a tiny shack a 15-mile march from our village. I woke up every day before dawn, walked for 2 hours, served him, and received my lessons. Then returned to my cow shortly before midnight. It was hard, yes, but it was insightful.
and he had walked 2 hours
Those
back.
long walks in the darkness, the solitude at the foot of the mountain where his shack was, they shaped me.
Mentioned somebody.
Interesting. And who is this Rain you mentioned earlier?
Did I? Well, that's complicated.
Why is it
I don't want to
complicated?
talk about it.
Uncomplicated.
All right.
Okay, so I've got to advance the quest a bit more. Okay. No, oh, for fuck.
Yes?
Can we not do that, please? I still gotta speak to. Oh, I've gotta speak to Isgrim. Yeah, okay, I'm going back. Isgrim, I need to speak to you about something. I don't know what about, but something. Confirm.
To this day, the Shaper's magical and technological remains unrivaled. One
Okay, come on, Tahar. No, I don't want. I'm fine.
Now would you look at that?
What am I looking at?
Tahar, may I help you with something?
What is it that fascinates you about the shape?
What exactly is it that fascinates you about the Shapers?
Oh, Tahar, that's quite a topic. I don't mind sharing, but are you sure you want to go there?
I am.
I am. Tell me.
All right. Well, where do I start? You see, the Shapers have always fascinated me. They're all over Io.
Okay.
These remnants of a once so glorious civilization. Yet for some reason, so many people are almost oblivious to it. On the one hand, of course, that's very sad. On the other hand, it also makes it a lot more exciting. It's like I'm a treasure hunter, only that everyone else fails to see the treasures around us. Tell me, Tahar, when seeing all of this, don't you sometimes feel like you're exploring a childhood dream?
Not
The kind
really.
of world the poets and the bards always spoke of?
The bloody childhood dream. That would be a bloody, bloody childhood dream.
The Shapers are dangerous. Just think of that Steel Guardian we fought to get in, or the Ghost Watchers. Not what I'd call a childhood dream.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't take away from the wonderment, does it? But this childish fascination was only the spark. The more I studied the Shapers, the more enthralled I became with their culture. Did you know that at the pinnacle of their existence, they ruled over all of Io? A global empire with no one to oppose them.
You seem to consider that a good thing.
Oh, good, bad, the world doesn't work like that. Of course, there are writings that hint at the fact that the Shaper Empire wasn't all rainbows and unicorns, but still it was stable. And it persisted for tens of thousands of years. Can you imagine? All this knowledge, all this art, all this wisdom. Nothing in the Io of today can match that. Nothing. It's like comparing a sea full of secrets with a puddle of muddy water.
True. How do you know?
How do you know all this?
Some of it from writings, some of it's just connecting the dots. I know how many scholars are out there at the universities giving their talks about the inscrutable empire, but it's not nearly as inscrutable as they say. Their problem is they're trying to understand the Shapers by reading books and dusty tablets. That's not how it works. You need to get out there, into the field. And even if it takes years of fruitless digging, eventually you're bound to stumble onto something. Another piece of the mosaic.
Very poetic.
Because it is.
Okay, that I haven't. Remnants of the old, echoes of the past. Bring. Okay, that I need to. Dark corners of mind. Wants the main. Blood and sand. Talk to Ura. There's this and okay, yeah.
My father always told me the Shaper Empire relied a lot on slaves.
What? No, that's rubbish. The Shapers had castes, yes, and it's probably the lower castes your father was referring to. But to call these slaves is like calling, say, a tanner who was born outside a royal family a slave, just because he'll never be a king. And even the very lowest caste, the Zalanur, always had enough to eat, a roof over their heads, and could, without paying a single coin, get themselves healed by a cleric if they needed to. So if you think that's unjust, go ahead. Ask an Everlight beggar which era he'd rather live in.
True.
He's not a slave, yes, but in some ways he's worse off.
True.
And how exactly did their empire come to be? They must have conquered quite a few nations.
They had the liberty of being the first living civilization on our Io, at least as far as we know. That made it easier to maintain peace and stability. Until the end,
Okay,
and
so where does
dragons.
SpellForce 2 take place then? What era does SpellForce 2 take place? And yet they died out, just like the Shikon.
And yet, they died out.
Yeah. Great mystery.
Most scholars think it was the dragons.
They do, but I doubt it. You saw what the Shapers were capable of. Even a race as powerful as the dragons couldn't have wiped them out. And you see the shape this city is in, Tahar. There's no traces of fire and destruction. But regardless of what it was, it doesn't change the fact that the way the current races of this world treat the Shapers is nothing short of pathetic. They were greater than we'll ever be. But instead of studying this greatness, we ignore them. And why? Just because it doesn't fit into our religion, our traditions, or whatever reason they can come up with. Because to many, admitting what a marvel the Shapers truly were would mean admitting that our culture is pale in comparison.
True. Is our world really that bad?
Is our world really that bad?
That depends on your expectations. We could do worse, certainly, but if this is as good as we can get, then I have nothing to feel but pity.
No offense, but to me it sounds as though you're idealizing. The Shaper world wasn't what you think it was.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. In any case, I suppose you found your answer, haven't you? This is what fascinates me about the Shapers. They're a reminder of what we could be, if only we wanted to.
I see. Well, thanks for the explanation, Iskrim. I appreciate it.
Holy crap, how many more things do you want me to ask him about? I'm still interested in how you ended up in Nortander.
I'd still like to know more about how you ended up in Nortander.
Bugger and blast. And here I was hoping you'd forgotten. Alright, I'll tell you. But only under one condition.
Yes?
That I get to ask you a personal question too.
Okay. I just make the deal,
Then we
fuck's
have a
sakes.
deal. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Fair enough. I was born in the Windwall Mountains.
Okay. You don't say. Say nothing.
Sorry, still sorting out my thoughts. It's been a long time since I last told this story to anyone. Alright, one more time. As you can imagine, I was born in Windwall, a child of the rocks.
Come again?
A true dwarf, as some would say.
Okay.
Born in the buried city, not on the outside as the traders and farmers are. My family was quite privileged. Not nobility, but my mother and father led a big smeltery which supplied one of the finest smithies.
Almost
Moon silver
royalty,
weaponry.
then.
Ever
Okay.
heard of it?
I think so. The commanders of the Royal Army used them.
Figures. Well, my childhood was
Figures.
a rather unremarkable one. I had two brothers and a sister, and even though I was the oldest child, I was always the most quiet one. I learned quickly how to wield an axe, and I still know how to do it, but I never took pleasure in it. The same goes for my parents' craft. For some reason, Nihalf had given me a talent for metallurgy, but not the desire to use it. Instead, my biggest love was always made with ink. Books.
But I assume your parents didn't approve of that.
Oh no, they didn't mind. I had 3 siblings who could do the job as well as I, so the future of our family was secured. On the contrary, they were quite accepting, which wasn't usual amongst dwarves, especially not those in Windwall.
What about the surface dwarf?
Are the surface dwarfs different?
Depends. There are some who were very open-minded. For example, the traders who get around a lot. On the other hand, there are some who were as ignorant as the Windwallers.
Okay.
Dwarves are traditionalists, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they are. They love their brawls, they love their ale, and they love their metal crafting. And they never miss a chance to tell the outside world just how much they do.
Well, to be honest, when I think of dwarven culture, that's exactly what comes to my mind.
See? And that's the problem. There's always diversity in every race. There are soft-hearted orcs, there are elves who don't give a damn about the white tree, and there are humans with... well, you get the point.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is,
Yeah, I
many
get the point.
dwarves
I
love
get the
living
point.
these traditions, but there are some like me who just don't fit in. This is one of the reasons why I appreciate you and this group so much, Tahar. Aenir's tools or not, we're all pariahs, in one way or another.
Okay, fuck. She's like, you don't have...
So, what happened? Why did you leave Windwall?
I'm getting there, Tahar. When I came of age, I found work in the Windwall Library. That time was also when I deepened my knowledge of the Shapers.
Okay.
I devoured all the books there were, and bought whatever writings the merchants brought in. They smiled at me, talked of me as the strange bird, but I didn't care.
Yeah.
The more I read, the more spellbound I became. And the more I dreamed of journeying through Io to solve all those mysteries not yet uncovered.
Are the shape runes in the...
Are there
they-
Shaper ruins in the
sorry.
Windwall Mountains?
Hardly. And those that are there are buried beneath miles and miles of rock. Impossible to access without a huge expedition.
And what kept you from doing just that?
well, two things. First of all, my attachment to my family. Secondly, Gilak,
Who the fuck is...
my partner.
You had a partner?
Yeah, we met... I'd rather not go into detail too much. Fact
Understandable.
is, we lived together for 6 years. He was very dear to me. Let's put it that way.
Okay. I get it now.
What are dwarven families like?
Similar to their human counterparts, I believe. Having family and offspring is considered to be very important, especially if you're of noble blood.
But living with someone of the same sex is acceptable?
Well, yes and no. If you do, you don't talk about it, and you should make sure to find yourself a wife or a husband to found a proper family, eventually, and bring new children of stone into the world, even if that family is just a charade. If you don't do that, you're frowned upon.
Okay.
There's even a word for a childless dwarf, man or woman. Galrag, which roughly translates as dusty boulder. Very amusing, I know.
Dusty boulder.
That's sad.
Well, I doubt it's going to change anytime soon. And once again, the Shapers were different in that regard. As long as you stay within the boundaries of your caste, you could do as you pleased.
I understand. But something happened, didn't it?
Yeah. The Blackstone Rebellion. Ever heard of it?
Yes, a coup, wasn't it?
Yeah. An attempt to overthrow the royal house. It was bound to fail from the beginning. The rebels were anti-traditionalist and wanted to establish a new order, where it's the people who have the power, not the nobility. Gilak was one of these rebels.
Oh.
Yeah. At first, before the coup, they tried to raise awareness by giving underground speeches. A noble endeavor, but not at all thought through. Most dwarves just don't care about politics as long as they can have their mugs of ale. First, he didn't ask me to participate, but the more sour things went, the more he started pushing me. At one point, we had a fight. When he asked me to steal money from my family to support the movement, it was terrible. Finally, push came to shove, and he told me of the coup. He knew that despite my occupation, I was a remarkable fighter and Earthshaper, which is why he asked me to fight alongside him. You can make a difference, that's what he said. By Nihalf, he was just so naive. He really thought it would be like in the old legends, a group of courageous dwarfs fighting their way to Algrim Castle with me at his side. I just don't... Forgive me. It's strange to talk about it like this.
Okay.
It's okay. Thank you for trusting me.
Yeah, sure. You can imagine how torn I was. I knew he'd die if the coup took place, but I also knew that I couldn't stop him. When I told him he was mad, he called me a coward, a delusional bookworm.
Well,
He'd rather spend his whole life
better
dreaming
coward
about the
than
past
a
and changing the
traitor.
present. Then he left. The next day, I found him beheaded by a royal guard. They didn't even make it to the castle stairs.
see? Traitor.
I'm sorry, Iskrim.
It's all right.
Why didn't you tell the guard about the movement's plans? They could have stopped him.
Yeah, they could have. Only to execute him and all his friends the next morrow.
Yep.
Tahar, believe me, I thought about this quite a lot. About what I could or should have done. And do you want to know the saddest part of it?
What?
I came to the conclusion that I did nothing wrong. He
Damn.
had his mind set.
Yeah, you can't
And
change
nothing I
people's
could have
minds.
said would have changed what had been about to happen.
Yep.
In the end, there's only so much you can do.
What happened then?
What happened then?
I ran. Not only because I'd rather have died than return to that empty house of ours, but also because they would have arrested me too. Our relationship wasn't a secret, and in their eyes, I was as eccentric as Gilak and his friends. And we all know how dangerous eccentrics are, don't we?
Yep.
I left my family a letter, telling them not to come after me, bought a horse, and rode as far as it would take me before collapsing. That was 9 years ago. I haven't returned ever since.
What about your family?
What about your family? Did you ever hear from them again?
Not directly. Every now and then, I return to a big city to find a dwarf who can tell me about Windwall. But the thought of returning, I don't know. I know it's cruel
We
toward
might
them,
have
but
to actually go there.
I just don't think I could ever bear setting foot in those cursed stone halls again.
I see. And since then, you've been studying the Shapers?
Yeah, if there really is, as people say, a silver lining to everything, then this would be it. I'm finally doing what I was too afraid to do back in Windwall. I'm living my dream. Though the price I paid for it was high. And you know what, Tahar?
What?
There's a third reason to my fascination with the Shapers I haven't told you about yet. It's Gilak. Stupid as it may sound, there's a part of me who wants to prove him wrong. To show him that the past has value. That it can guide us towards a better world.
I see. Well, thank you for sharing this, Iskrin. I appreciate it.
Yeah. It felt good to talk about it. I didn't expect that. But you're not off the hook yet. The question, remember?
Right. Shoot.
Your past is even more unusual than mine. Growing up with a man like Isamu Tahar as your father? Without a mother? And then the whole thing with the Mage Rebellion? I know you've been through a lot. Now, I was wondering, if you could trade that past you've had for a different one, would you do it?
What kind of a past could I choose? Anything?
Anything.
I wouldn't.
That surprises me, to be honest. But I think I understand. Either way, pleasure speaking with you. Hope this wasn't too grim for you, but then again, you asked for it.
Yeah, I did.
Bring some time now, will you?
Sure. Take care, Iskrin.
Okay. So, we can... We've learned
Yes.
about his past. Learned about a few people's pasts now. Now let's go to get... I still gotta talk to a shitload of people. But I also want to go and buy the shit we need. Because, yeah. Okay. No. What am I doing?
What's next?
Hey Unity, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Okay. Let's get out of here. Just finished speaking to everyone in this place. Now I must go outside and I need to go buy some things. It's all helping to establish the rest of the storyline. And okay, confirm. $18, $22, $36, $37, $38, $39, $40. Watching Tachiman. Taichi man. Sorry, I think I've just fucking butchered that. Is it an anime series? Come on, 70. A stream. Oh, it's a stream. Okay. Come on. 84, 86. Yeah, I forgot. Oh, movie. Oh, yeah. It's a movie. Okay. Let's take a look.
Let's see.
Yeah. Oh no, here's the
Interesting.
merchant. Here's a merchant. I need a merchant. I need a merchant. Come on, merchant.
Yes, yes,
Let me take a look at your designs.
of course. Take all the time you need.
Fuck me. Sideways. That's a lot of stuff. Okay, we need to sell some shit. Okay, we're gonna sell actually all of this. when you fill up with a shitload of things that you can sell and you can't use because yeah, most of it's lower level stuff and you've only got high level people and you're not finding any high level fucking equipment. Sorry. Ooh. I need to get that on. I need to get Constitution level 8. Okay. Okay. I've got 17,000. Okay. Already unlocked. Okay, so human armed watchtower. Okay. Human fortified watchtower. Watchtower. Human logging cabin. Cost reduced. Oh, cost reduced. Okay. Human stone tower reinforced. Well, this stuff is so fucking expensive. Commands. Are there commands available? No, there are no this is YouTube, not Twitch. So unfortunately there is no commands available on YouTube. Well, not that I know of. Which is quite strange, to be honest. But then again, YouTube's live stream capabilities have only just started, if I remember correctly. Well, not just started, but they have been developed over the past few, I think it is a year or so. So cost reduction, come on. Reinforced. It's all reinforcements. I'm looking for upgrades, not reinforcements, but... Oh, there we go. Oh, there's an academy? That's 17,000. Well, let's buy them.
Come again. May Tiara bless your path.
Boom. 8 boom.
Yes?
I wish there was commands for you to do, dude. I seriously do. I don't know why there is no Give me a sec. Oh, there's another trader. Okay. Okay, no. On the live stream is a great way to interact with you. On whether you can use commands to set up. Okay, okay. Chaos Gaming SA has. Well, I actually didn't know that, and to be honest, yeah, maybe I should have looked into that. He uses Streamlabs? Okay. Well, between now... Yeah, so tomorrow I'll definitely take a look into this whole system to see if I can get some commands up and running for you guys. I didn't even know that that was an actual possible thing. To be honest, I'm being deadly honest now. I did not know that that was a possible thing that was able to do. So, yeah.
Back in the cave, you told me that you fought that demon in order to gain control over it. I'd still like to know how that works.
It's complicated.
That's it?
For now.
Okay.
How did you end up in Barca Gore?
It's a long story. Suffice to say, I've been on the road for quite some time now. Barca Gore just happened to be my last spot before I ran into you. Let's talk about you instead. You gathered a ton of followers, one outcast after another. Tell me, Tahar, do you trust them?
I do.
Of course I do.
Huh. To be honest, I don't understand how you can do it. You have that look about you, and it's driving me nuts.
What do you mean by that?
I've observed you on the way back from Barca Gore. The way you move, the way you talk. I get why other people follow your lead. I really do. You simply have some kind of strange charisma. It's not visible at first glance, but it's there. You give people hope. I guess that's what it boils down to. You attract outsiders, and you get them to march under your banner.
How is that a bad thing?
It's a bad thing because you're too careless. All these people, did it ever occur to you that they're outsiders for a reason? The treacherous orc, the renegade elf, the exiled dwarf? Still, you trust them.
Yes.
Even if you put your stern face on, I can see that you do. And it's why people follow you. But trust doesn't protect from betrayal. But let's stop this right here,
Yeah.
okay?
Let's stop this right
I'm
here
sure you have
before
things
I
to do.
shoot you in the
And
head.
so do I.
Fucking hell. Dickhead.
What do we need?
Huh?
Can you tell me more about your craft? About demonology?
And why's that? Thinking about a career change?
No. I'm curious.
I'm just curious.
Are you? I hope you do realize that demonology isn't a forbidden school for no reason. Most people who mess with it die. But sure, if you have questions, ask.
Let's start with the basics. What's the core principle of demonology?
It's simple. You study demons and their powers, and bind them to your will. And thus you gain access to their powers. Take a devourer.
Okay.
Once you've studied and subdued her to your will, you can access her strength. And I'm not talking about merely summoning her. You can channel her powers.
How can you channel their powers?
How is that supposed to work? Channeling their powers.
Hard to describe. Just imagine that the demon becomes a part of you. You connect it with your magic, so to speak. And when needed, you can call on it to help you. It's not just the power that comes with it. It's also the feeling. Channeling the essence of a Zarek Nar, a tribe eater. It's a feeling that compares to nothing else in this world. You can't understand it till you've done it.
Okay. And to...
So in order to bind them, you need to beat them in battle, correct?
Well, it's a bit more complicated than that, but yeah.
Sounds like
in a
Pokemon.
nutshell, that's it.
And I'm guessing that's what makes it so dangerous.
Among other things, yes. What can also happen is that your body simply can't handle a demon's unleashed essence. It can cause a brain rupture similar to what these masks the Purity use. And, to be honest, that happens to 8 out of 10 students of demonology. They subdue a demon, get excited, and let all their energy rush in at once. As a result, their brains explode like a watermelon hit with a warhammer.
Wow. Okay.
So, why exactly is demonology forbidden?
Because it's dangerous. And
Oh,
because
shit.
demonologists can be extremely powerful.
Oh, yeah.
More than some members of the ruling caste would like to see.
Is there a limit to how many demons?
Is there a limit to how many demons you can bind?
No. If there were, I wouldn't still be traveling after all this time.
Okay.
Interesting. Thanks for the insight.
Sure.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Huh?
I'm still wondering what made you leave Kalea and travel the world to study demonology.
You're not letting this one go,
No,
are you?
I'm not. No, suck it
Alright,
up.
if your life
buttercup.
depends on it, I'll tell you. To make it short, I grew up in the slums of Kalea. A shithole if ever there was one. Just imagine an entire quarter made up of half-ruined shacks with the smell of shit and piss everywhere. And way
Tommy.
too many people. Then add the tropical heat to it and you've got the place I grew up in. My father had left right after I was born. My mother is what you call a day laborer.
Okay.
Though the days when she wasn't laboring outweighed the ones when she did. Whatever job there was, she took it. Even if it was cleaning the shit out of Chilean canals. She worked hard, but it just wasn't enough. We lived in a windowless room, and I shared a bed with my mother for the first 14 years of my life. Long story short, after a while, my mother simply couldn't cover the expenses anymore. The rent for our room went up, and jobs became less and less, since the mage wars in Northander also affected the trade in Kalea. So my mother looked for someone to help her out, and found one. A man named Creo. He was a loan shark who had it all. A stupid name and a shady beard.
Okay.
2 lackeys who followed him wherever he went. And above all, a complete lack of what other people would call decency.
I think I can see where this is going.
Yep,
Sure
I think
you
I
can.
can see where this
It's
is
not the
going
most
too.
unique of stories, is it? To cut to the chase, 1 year later we were in massive debt. Creo suggested my mother another way of making up for it.
Okay
And
then.
fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
I was just too weak. Over and over, this fucking bastard came. Had my mother tell me to go for a walk. And every time I had no choice but to obey.
Well,
Do you have any idea how it feels, Tahar? To be that powerless? I remember one day I looked in the mirror
no.
and realized how much I hated the boy I saw. I hated his body with all its frail bones, his small arms, his bloodshot wet eyes. And that's when I decided to change things. So the next time he came, I fought back.
How did that go?
What do you think? He beat me up. And it was the same next time and the time after that.
okay.
At first he found it funny. But after the 4th time he threatened to kill me. The only thing that stopped him from doing it is because my mother begged him to. And I had only made it worse. On my 14th name day I left home and joined up with the Chilean sand prowlers.
Name day.
My mother begged me not to go. But I just couldn't. Standing there and watching this fucking bastard walk into our room again and again whenever he felt like it. I just couldn't. Dying would have been better than staying. The way I figured it was that if I earned enough money to pay Mother's debts, Creo would leave her alone. Once I was strong enough, I'd come back. Wait for him to show up again. And then... well,
Oh,
you can imagine the rest.
I think I can. So who were these sand prowlers?
A group of mercenaries. They took me in and trained me. But even though they were skeptical at first, they quickly realized that my determination made up for what my body was lacking. When I was 16 and I discovered my magic, one of their leaders made me his apprentice. The arcane universities are a shithole made up of boy-loving old geezers who care more about how you wear your hair than about your magic. I'll
Wow.
tell you the real thing. Yes,
Okay.
you did.
Did your plan work?
What
out?
about your plan to pay your mother's debts? Did that work out?
Well, I thought so at first, but we'll get there.
Oh yeah.
What was it like to work with the sand prowlers?
Well, if you were hoping for stories of sex, adventure, and intrigue, I have to disappoint you. Most of
yeah.
it was nasty stuff. Fighting in wars which you knew were wrong. beating up people who were practically helpless. But then again, the Chilean Guard was no better than that.
True.
It was a case of pick your poison.
Was that Sandprowler mage also who introduced you to demonology?
What? No, she was a mediocre mage at best. The most powerful thing she could do was lighting someone's hair on fire.
I'm gonna light your
Though,
hair
of
on.
course, she didn't see it that way. After 1 year, I was already stronger than her, and I started my own studies.
Did you ever return?
So did you ever return to your mother?
Of course, on my 18th name day.
Hey, what's up?
I had wanted to return earlier, but a contract had me kept overseas for a lot longer than I had expected.
Yes, Unity?
Sorry. It's strange to talk about it.
What happened?
My mother. She was gone. Her room had been cleared out, and the neighbors told me she passed away unexpectedly just 3 weeks before I arrived.
Oh yeah, I know, for
Her
sure.
heart just stopped beating.
I'm sorry.
As
Why?
it does.
It was a natural death. She was old when she gave birth to me, and the life on the Chilean streets isn't forgiving. In other words, it was bound to happen. I went into the room and looked for our stash. A small casket under the floorboards. I found it, opened it, and saw all the money I'd sent her over the years.
So...
She never used it to pay Creo as I instructed her. I have no idea why, but my best guess is that she thought it was mine since I earned it. She was that kind of person, you know? No matter how hard fate punched her in the face, she clung on to her ideals. Always did what was right rather than what was good for herself. And look what she got in return.
Did you ever visit her grave?
I did, but it was a mass grave. Dozens of corpses, all piled onto each other, and some earth shoveled on top of it. I threw up when I saw it, and never came back after that.
What about Creo?
Well, as you can imagine, I went to look for him. Right after I was able to think straight again. But he was gone.
Where?
I don't know. I asked everywhere and everyone who could know, and they either didn't or
this
gave
is
me
a
different
quest.
information. After a while, I gave up.
Why?
Because people like Creo are just a reality we have to deal with. I could have killed him, but what good would it have done?
True.
My mother was dead, and no amount of bloodshed and gut tearing could have changed that. The world doesn't give a fuck about your ideals, Tahar. About doing the right thing. That's just the shit we tell ourselves to help us sleep at night.
Hey, it's
You
in a
eat or you
game
get
that
eaten.
doesn't have it.
It's that simple. I wasn't strong enough when I should have been. And that's why I couldn't help her. That will never happen again.
I guess you're right.
I guess you're right.
I am. To wrap up the story, I enrolled at the university from the money my mother saved for me. Turned out the Sandprowler mage was wrong. There were some boy-loving professors, but they knew their shit. Studied and practiced until it was nothing left to study. Then I found out about demonology and the power in it. I quit university, and I've been traveling ever since. Taking jobs as a mercenary here and there, but above all, improving my skills. My last stop was Bargagora to summon a devourer.
What are you? I know, right? What the fuck? Exactly.
And what are you after? In the long run?
I don't know. I'll find out when I get there.
Huh. Interesting story. Thanks for your trust, Uran.
Sure. Hope you're happy.
Yeah, I'm happy now. I don't have to speak to your ass again.
Now would you look at that?
I do want to check.
Armors, shields, everything from copper daggers to
talisman.
blue silver swords.
No,
Farewell.
I don't need a talisman. Screw you.
Yes. What's next?
What is next is we need. Let's come up here. Come on, Tahar. Run, 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 run. You have...
Let's
okay,
see.
first I want to check the shop. I want to check and see if there's any more upgrades that I can get for our buildings. I want to spend a lot of money on upgrades for the buildings because we really need them, but I don't want to spend like 5,000 for one
Now look at
fucking
that.
scroll.
The fabled corporal. Good to finally meet you in person.
I'm Flynn, second in command of the Wayfarers. I have to say, for someone who only led a puny Nortander division once, you're doing quite a good job leading an army so far. Not of them saying I couldn't do better, but still. Anyway, have you come to arm our men? I strongly suggest you do so.
But you're armed already, aren't you?
Well, yes, with rusty swords and dented armors. I mean with proper equipment. If you give me the coin, I'll send out orders to my contacts in Everlight. It'll improve our strike force significantly.
I want to buy some better equipment for the Wayfarers. Tell me more about you. Okay, fine, let's get...
I want to buy some...
Music to my ears. What did you have in mind?
The shit... Ah, yes, knew their shit was smart the whole time. Yeah, let's see. Human infantry, cost reduction. Ooh, reduction, but check out the freaking prices. Holy crap, I am going to shoot someone. Cost reduction, Motherfucker, I'm going... okay, nope, I'm gonna shoot something.
There you are. I was hoping the eye.
And
here I'd hoped I'd never see those bloody castle walls again.
I know that feeling. Tell me, Rowan, did my father never tell you anything about those experiments he did there? At all?
No.
sorry, I want to sign into chat here quick. Yeah, sorry, you are not. Why are you doing that now? That. Sign in chat, open browser. Ah, okay. I thought it would give me some better options.
Yes?
Tahar, what is it?
What happened after I left?
There's one thing I've been wondering about. After we parted at the hideout, what exactly happened? How did you and my father part ways?
Good question. I guess it all started with the relics, the tomes.
You
You remember them, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
He was hoping they'd help him to win the war.
maybe.
Exactly. And there was this one moment when he found the 5th tome, when I came to a realization. You see, there were all those bodies, enemies, but also many of our people. We had shed so much blood, Tahar. But Asamo, he didn't care. If there was any grief in his eyes, I couldn't see it. And as dramatic as it
He
may
was drunk on
sound,
power.
that's when I finally understood that we had lost our cause. This wasn't
You
about
didn't
ideals,
have a
about
cause
us
to begin with.
mages anymore. It was about him.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever his intentions had
tyrant.
become.
And that's the reason Zane, Helena, and I betrayed him. Come on, do you really want to tell us you didn't see that before? The tomes were all about power.
I knew it was about power, but Asamo always told us that he would use that power for the greater good. And it's not that far off. I mean, can't you imagine? With the power of the tomes, we could have united the world.
No.
Even made it a better one.
No.
No more persecution of the deviant. No more wars. No more suffering.
That's fantasy, my friend. That is You sound like a fanatic.
You still sound like a fanatic.
I'm sad you see it that way.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to see it any other
I'll
way.
be off.
You need to open your eyes, my friend. Seriously, man, what the fuck? Like, what? Seriously. Tahar, where did you go? Oh, you went up and around, okay. I didn't know there was a up and around place there. Okay, interesting.
Interesting.
That's exactly what I
I
just
must
said.
say, I am impressed.
What are you
With
impressed with?
Mullendeer? Yes. It's quite a sight. I still can't believe we're the first ones who found this place.
It seems unlikely, yes, but yet it happened. Isgrim, the dwarf, told me about it. He said that the rock illusion shielding the entrance vanished as soon as you spoke the words, and that it did not react to Isgrim himself.
Tell me, Tahar, what do you make of that?
What do you expect me to make of that? I think that it's kind of weird, to be honest. Might have been
don't know.
coincidence.
It might have been coincidence.
That is true.
I believe we stand on the verge of a change. Things have happened, Tahar. Things, the extent of which we have not even come close to comprehending. And they have set something in motion.
Oh, crap.
How do you know this? Are you some kind of medium?
A medium?
No.
No, quite the opposite. I am an observer. As you have undoubtedly noticed, I lack the, let us call it emotional intensity most people display in their daily lives. That can be
Okay.
a challenge, but it also allows me a unique perspective on the world.
And to me, it is evident that the war your father started has done more than simply given birth to the purity of light. It was the first pebble in what will soon become an avalanche.
You're talking about the Bloodburn.
Among other things, yes. But as I said, there is more to it.
Okay.
All this, your journey, your role in what Rondar Lacane believes to be a vision sent by Aenir. It is only the beginning. But let us continue this discussion when I can give you more than vague semi-prophetic statements.
All right. We'll talk later.
Why? When?
When something comes up. I'll go prepare for our next mission now.
Understood.
Okay, well,
Now
Oh,
would you-
hello. How are you feeling? Considering your new gift, I mean, joining your mind with the memories of a civilization that's a thought as fascinating as it is peculiar.
let's not talk about that, shall we? that
I
feels strange.
feel strange. I don't even know how to describe it.
Yes, I imagine. You know, Tahar, I have been thinking maybe I could join myself with the Nexus as well. I'm wondering if it could help me understand better the human mind.
Sure, why not?
I don't see why not.
I see. Well, then I shall think about this. Let us continue this discussion another time, Tahar. We should ready ourselves for what is to come.
Fuck me, you still got more?
Yes? What is it?
Back when we met, you told me about an internal disagreement, which led to many of the guild's mages leaving. What exactly happened?
Why do you want to know?
No particular reason. I'm simply curious.
I see. Well, simply put, the guild had two leaders until half a year ago, me and Lena. Lena and a lot of the other mages felt that they could uphold their neutrality no longer without sacrificing their integrity.
You're talking about the persecution of mages.
Yes, I am. As Lena said, they are crucifying us, burning us alive, putting masks on our heads that destroy our minds. If there's something wrong with the world, it's people who keep their heads down because they are afraid to stand in for what's right.
Got a point. Quite the speech.
Quite the speech.
She was very emotional when it came to the topic, yes. However, her stance conflicted with everything the Creators Guild stands for. We preserve knowledge, push forward the boundaries of magic. We do not involve ourselves in power games and politics.
Okay,
Figuratively
understandable.
speaking, a fisher will never be a good military commander, just like a mage will never be a good politician.
True. Where did Linda and the other mages
So where did
go?
Lena and the other mages go?
Lena, sorry.
I do not
Linda.
know. They left to fight the purity and save mages, but I have not seen them ever since.
Could you tell me more about Lena?
Could you tell me more about Lena? What was her position in the guild?
She was the guild's treasure master. Other than that, I do not know what to tell you. She was quite young when she joined the guild, not even 24 winters old, and immensely talented. When it came to mentalism, her skills were unmatched. She was different than the others. She was better than the others.
Winters. I like how they
And I
do
always saw a
winters.
spark of genius in her eyes. And yes, I do know that most people would call that attraction. But it was just a fraction of what made our bond unique.
Okay. I understand the conflict.
I understand the conflict.
Well, you are an empathetic man. so I would have been surprised if you did not. But these events lie in the past.
Yeah.
There is no point in discussing them any further, though I had certainly hoped for a different outcome.
You seem bitter.
As I said, I had hoped for a different outcome.
Okay. Advance in the main quest line. Fucking finally. Holy crap. We can now continue with the main quest line. Actually, hang on.
Goodbye.
Main quest line, confirm. Jeez, like... Okay, leaving this area. Main quest line. I don't know where the main quest line is going to take us, but we'll definitely be ready. I say that hopingly. The Eye. What is here? The elixir... Lingering Hope. Okay. Bloodburn. Okay. Nothing else. No other quests. No. No other quests. What does this say? Side quest. Yeah. I get those. Okay. Do you wish to proceed? Yes, I do. So, I wish to proceed with myself, yes. You.
Get ready!
Oh, wait, I've already got a team. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's travel.
Iskrim's plan worked. By joining your mind to the collective subconscious of the Shapers, you were able to locate the origin of the Song of the White. The marshlands, also known as the Eye, where your father had a secret laboratory.
Charming.
It seems that Rondar Lekane was right. One way or another, your family is connected to the Bloodburn. Time to unravel the mystery.
Oh, this is very fucking charming. So, who do we have to kill? And yes, I mean that literally. Who do we have to kill? In-game.
Tahar, there you are.
Bertrand?
Bertrand? What the fuck
That's
are you
my
doing
name.
here?
The Harbinger sent me to welcome you.
Ah, okay.
What about Iskander? I thought you'd still be there.
I was, until recently. But that's a long story. We can talk about it later if you want. First, we need to discuss the reason you're here. There's good news and there's bad news.
Okay,
Let me make
bad
this
news.
short. Sentenza, General Noria, caught wind of our endeavor. He knows we are headed for the Eye.
That's bad. What's the good
Oh,
news?
for fuck's
He wasn't
sakes.
sure of it, so he only came with a small division of soldiers. Still,
shit.
the fortress is heavily guarded, so we will need more troops to storm it.
Damn it. We left our forces in Mullandir.
I know. There was no way you could have known this would turn into a full-fledged battle. But there's no time to turn back now, and we have to come up with a plan. The Harbinger himself will join you at the fortress, together with some Lightbringers.
I'm sorry, what? Purity has soldiers now?
Lightbringers? So the Purity has actual soldiers now?
They always had the
Fuck's
Bane.
sakes.
What? No, the Bane doesn't belong to the Purity. They believe they do, but the Harbinger has clearly renounced any affiliation with them.
You really believe that? For the Harbinger's right hand, you definitely don't know a lot.
If that's what you want to believe, go ahead. Regarding your question, Tahar,
Nearly
a
dropped
lot
the
has
ball.
happened since your escape from Greykeep. More and more people have started to see the light, and it is not just townsfolk and farmers anymore, but also soldiers. They all wish to fight for Aenir's return, and we guide them.
I have a bad feeling about this. I think we're doing something stupid, to be honest. A religious militia, I don't like this.
Sounds like a religious militia. To be honest, I don't like this. Nortander doesn't need more armed factions.
Oh, what is that army of yours if not a militia? This country is torn,
not a
Tahar.
militia.
It's only natural for people to take up arms and defend their own rights.
How can you call us some
You of
fucking
all people
militia?
should know that.
And how will he do that? If Sentenza has scouts all over the marshlands, he'll see the Purity's army coming from miles away.
That's where you come in. There's a godstone on the mountain of the old castle where your father's laboratory was, and where Sentenza has made his stand. If you kindle it for us, the Harbinger can use his rune to teleport himself and his armies right there.
That could work.
It
Oh,
will.
for fuck's
Aeonir is
sakes.
guiding us to Har. Don't ever forget that. I'll wait here to make sure Sentenza's reinforcements don't take us by surprise if they get here before all this is done with.
Okay, now how the fuck am I supposed to... How did Sentenza get wind of
I
this?
still don't understand how Sentenza got wind of this.
I don't know. He is the spy master after all, so I guess it's just one of his many ears who told him.
Can you tell me anything about the swamp?
Can you tell me anything about the marsh?
Well, I take it you're not interested in the folk tales about House Waite's descent into madness, so... No, not really. The only thing you should watch out for are undead. There's quite a lot of them around.
Oh, no.
Of course.
The fucking undead.
The Bloodburn.
What do you mean?
The Bloodburn. I don't know how to explain it, but corpses can be affected too. It awakes them.
Oh, that's eerie. Well,
Oh, shit.
but I guess it explains a lot. The swamp has taken hundreds of lives over the years, and if that castle is where the Bloodburn originates
Okay.
from, then, well, you understand.
Yeah, I can understand now. We're in for the biggest fight of our fucking... Yeah.
Bertrand, there's something I'd like to know. What do you make of all this? Do you really think my father is responsible for the Bloodburn?
Well, he must be connected to it somehow. Aeonir himself told the Harbinger this, didn't he? As to why and how, I guess we'll find out.
Once we've secured the Godstone, what then?
The Harbinger will know, but I assume we will storm the place. Once we're on the island, it should be an easy fight.
Shouldn't we try diplomacy first?
Shouldn't we try to reason with Sentenza first?
No, I don't think that's wise. Sentenza hates you. And he
great.
hates the purity, too. He has been trying to hunt you down since you escaped the keep. We cannot take that risk.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
You will. Aeonir's blessings to Har. And stay safe. I'll be here if you need me.
Scheiße. Okay, so we've got no troops. We've got no, actually nothing. We got fuck all. This is interesting, to say the least. My new favorite word. Interesting. I say that quite often, to be honest. Okay. So we gotta light that, but the question is, how the fuck do we get between?
Fair
oh
enough.
my
Let's do this.
fuck! Okay, well, they're not that bad.
You'll regret this.
I think maybe doing what I did and upgrading what I upgraded actually helped us out a bit.
What is it? Corporal?
Okay. We have to go up this way. Okay, so there is iron here, which means we are going to be able to build things.
Yes?
What did I just pick up? Human research schematic, improved planks.
Yes, of course.
Oh, that's actually quite good to have as well.
I don't think we should go there. The storm's completely soaked the ground. It would
Okay.
be too dangerous.
We have to go back. This is gonna get strange.
Helen's reigns. Hard to believe there was a time when people actually lived here.
They still do in the east. And while the environment may be hostile, I do not think the villagers have many troubles with raiders.
You know what? Let's join the fight.
Let us make this quick. Everything has an end.
No! Not yet!
So, what's the plan?
Oh shit. I was hitting the wrong buttons.
Is this really necessary?
Awesome.
You read my mind.
They will fall.
Whatever's necessary.
They will fall.
Fucking hell.
As you want.
Here we go. All right, here goes nothing.
Damn it! I need danger up ahead.
Yeah, you all need healing. I told a child to shut up on Roblox. Good for you. Good for you, to be honest. They can be annoying sometimes. Oh, this is not gonna end well for me.
This is it. Huh. Strange that Sentenza hasn't reacted by now. He must have heard the fighting.
Maybe the storm drowned the noise? It's possible.
But not likely.
Let's see what we can do. As you require.
Fair enough.
Let us make
Let's
this
do
You
this.
shielded. More fighting. Does this never end? I'll keep you shielded.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Get ready.
Can I not just get what I wanted to get? That's what I wanted to get.
Let's see.
Take.
Let's see what we can do.
Here we go.
Oh, for fuck's sake, where are you guys coming from?
All right. Danger
Everything
up
has
ahead.
an end.
That's the way.
Fine.
Okay. Ooh. Just picked up another thing. Human schematic. Curved sword unlocked. Ooh, nice.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, he doesn't know we're here yet. Which is strange because...
That's the Godstone Bertrand was talking about. Let's light it.
Okay, it has been lit.
Harbinger.
Oh my fuck! It actually opens. Okay, I did not know that. That I did actually not know.
Good work, Tahar. The All-Father clearly smiles on us.
The All-Father has nothing to do with this. Say nothing.
So, this is where you believe the Bloodburn comes from. Interesting. When Aenir told me the Pariah's blood was involved, I didn't take it so literally. Time to end it.
First of all, we need to get through the gate. Why hasn't General Noria reacted yet? Even if he did not notice the fighting, he must have seen this teleport.
Because he wants to be the one who ends it.
How do you know?
Because I know men of his kind.
Okay.
He's proud and consumed by his hatred. And he wants to be the one to take you down and me right along with you.
Well, then you're not coming with me.
But the Purity is under the Lord Marshal's protection. He can't just kill you.
Well, both Lord Marshal Arendir and the General know by now that I helped you. And even though the evidence wasn't enough to officially sentence me, it will be the moment I show up with you at my side. I knew it would come to this, Tahar. The only reason the Lord Marshal was willing to cooperate with the Purity for so long was because we had the people behind us.
Okay.
We were always a thorn in their sides. And this, me helping a deserter of the Crown, is just what they need to take me down.
Then you're taking quite a risk being here.
I'm not. I've told you before. All that is happening according to Aenir's plan. Just have a little faith, Tahar.
Huh. And what now? How do we get past the gate?
Let me take care of it.
Okay, he's taking care of it. I didn't even know those stones could actually do something like that. That's actually fucking amazing. Oh my fuck.
General Narya. General Narya, are you ready?
Aren't we walking into a trap?
Yeah, we are.
A battle, but not a trap. Just trust me.
Oh yeah.
Yes?
Then let's move it, people.
I'm ready.
Just give the word. Walking right into the lion's den. This has to be by far the most foolish thing I've ever done.
Just trust the Harbinger. He knows what he is doing.
Bertram, shut the fuck up, because you have gotten us into some serious shit here.
Interesting. There he is.
So this is how it ends.
Doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to.
Doesn't it? What do you suggest, Corporal Tahar? That I let a traitor run free? Together with his lunatic cultist friend who is scheming against the crown? No. We both know that's not an option.
These people innocent.
These people in Leonon were innocent. How often do you want me to tell you?
You didn't know! All you had was the word of some elven traitor, yet you risked the life of an entire city for it.
Yes.
Believe me, of all the atrocities I've seen in war, almost all of them are caused by people believing they are doing the right thing. Because that's all it was. You didn't want to save those villagers because you thought they were innocent. You did it because you wanted to be the savior. Vanity.
Nope.
That's what it was all about.
Not at all.
And I get it. Part of this is on me. I thought I succeeded in making you a warrior, a servant of the
Monk
crown, but I
mode
failed,
on.
and I didn't see
Monk
it.
mode on.
You're just like your father.
By the light, General!
Oh my
we
fuck.
both want the same thing. To end the bloodburn? Shouldn't we be helping each other instead?
You're as bad as them, Corporal. Enslaving yourself to this madman rather than facing death like a soldier. You're just a coward.
That's not...
Don't, Bertrand. It's pointless.
We know where the bloodburn comes from.
We know where the bloodburn comes from, Sentenza. It's this castle. If you kill me, we may never stop it.
Why? What can you do that we, the Royal Army, can't? But thank you for the information. I had been wondering what the fabled Rondar Lacane and the prodigal Corporal wanted in this marsh. Now I know.
You couldn't stop the bloodburn even if you killed us. It's not how Aenir wills it.
Well, we'll see about that.
Okay. Please, there needs to be another way. If you want blood, fine. Fuck. Let's kill him. I'm done with this bullshit.
Well, if you're so eager to spill blood, then fine. Let's get this over with.
We will. Men, you know what to do.
All right.
I will warn you enough.
Fair enough.
Let
Let's
us
do
make this
this.
quick.
Generation!
Let's see what we can do.
ready.
Did you say something?
More fighting. You read my mind.
Does this never end?
Here we go.
Whatever's necessary.
You'll regret this.
Healing. Need healing.
All right, here goes nothing.
Danger up ahead. They will fall. I'll keep you shielded.
What we can do.
Okay. Boom. Got him.
No. This is wrong.
No, it's not. This is what
He's gone.
happens.
I'm sorry
when
it
you
had to come to
fuck
this,
with
Tahar.
me,
It was
bitch.
his choice.
I don't like this guy, to be honest, but I'll speak to him.
It was. Now let us end this. Whatever causes the blood burn is right below our feet. And maybe even some more answers to the questions you've been asking yourself all along the way.
What kind of answers?
Well, maybe there was more to your father than you thought.
No shit, Sherlock.
Tell me, given that we find and cure the bloodburn down there, what then?
Then we are one step closer to the return.
Oh yeah, let's go. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Good. You lead the way. Bertrand, you secure the fortress. I doubt there will be Northander reinforcements soon, but we need to be sure.
Of course. Good luck to you, my friend. My prayers are with you.
Commander. At your command.
Okay.
Understood.
Let's grab the stuff in here. Let's grab... This guy might have on him.
A fine plan.
Alright, what does it say? Man wasn't given a quick death. Oh, okay. Ooh, gold.
Alright, why not?
Okay, this should be interesting.
You got it.
Let's see.
Great! A creepy glowing tunnel. That's never bad in video games, right? Right? It's good to go in, right? We're about to find out. This is never bad, you know? It never ends. It always ends bright,
As you descend
sunshiny.
the dank stairway of Castle Waite,
things.
a memory flickers across
Never
your
ends
mind.
badly.
Your father, standing over your cradle, eyeing you with a mixture of affection, indecision, and disgust. Almost like an archaeologist looking at a strange discovery.
Me, okay.
The memory disappears as soon as you and your companions reach the bottom of the stairs. Your father's sanctuary, as if touched by skeletal hands. A cold manifests on your shoulders, slithering, creeping, crawling slowly towards your chest.
So this is it. Intriguing.
This place is definitely where the strange magical signature of the marshland comes from.
But what causes it?
We will find out soon enough.
Okay. Let's walk on.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, this place is not fucked up at all. You know? Oh, hello.
You read my mind.
What the fuck? How are you guys so fucking strong?
That way?
Okay. Oh,
As you require.
fuck no. Yeah. That. Mm-hmm. Fuck me.
Let us make this quick. I will do as I must.
Now would you look at that?
Okay. So I guess... Yeah. Okay. I will come and look through this section on my way back. First things first, though. Yeah, going down a dark, spooky hallway.
Got it.
Always ends well. The fuck is that thing? Abomination, you sense no magical aura. Hello to the dungeons people.
Blazes, do you see that?
It walks by the light.
Interesting.
It talked.
Do you understand me?
Okay.
What happened here? What are you? Huh. It seems to understand us. At least a little.
What are you? Did my father create
What are you? Did Isamo create you?
Frightened noise. Okay, that means yes. Do you know anything about
Do you know anything about the blood burn?
I think we're wasting our time
I
here.
think we're wasting our time here. Let's push on.
We should kill it.
What?
This entire place. It's a blasphemy. Only the All-Father should have the power to shape life like that. And we should free this thing from its suffering.
What? Got a point.
In case you haven't noticed, this thing, it's a miracle. A semi-sentient being created by human hands. If anything, we should study it once all this is over.
Yeah, they both have points, but I say we kill it.
Yes.
Well, keep you shielded. They will fall. Let's see what we can do.
Get ready.
Because, yeah.
Alright, here goes nothing.
This is not...
Your
No.
struggle is pointless.
Sure.
It's dead.
This was a mistake.
How was it a mistake?
Sure.
That's how things start to happen that you don't want happen.
Let's see. Tiara's breath.
War for an end. Does this never end?
What the fuck is that? Give me a second.
Fair enough. Let's do it.
Help! Please!
Is this really necessary?
Help! Please! We should get moving.
Fucking hell.
Will
Blasted
do.
armor.
What else are we gonna find in here?
Now would you look at that?
Blasphemy. No human should have the power to shape life like this.
Yeah, well... I think that this guy was a fucking monster, not a human.
As you require.
Whatever's necessary. You read my mind.
Danger up ahead! This way, right?
Priest? Priest? Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Come on.
Let us make this our team. Does this never add to what we can do?
You'll regret this.
You'll have to wait.
Help! Please! Fine.
Fuck, did I just heal this?
Help!
Beside me?
Killed one of our heroes.
All right, here goes nothing. Fair enough.
They will
Let's
fall.
do this.
Wait, what? Oh, the priest has some strong magic.
As you
Yes?
Jeez, like... Oh, what?
I'll keep you shielded.
Come on, come on. Come on. Die, bitches, die.
Get ready.
I will do as I must.
Yes?
Help! Please!
Everything
Whatever's
has an
necessary.
Here we go.
Killed one of our heroes.
You read my mind.
Just give the word.
Yes.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Fine.
Okay, heal, please. Heal, please. For fuck's sakes. Does this guy not heal when he's supposed to heal? Okay, cool. Ooh, 2 rings.
Interesting.
Explore.
That's impossible.
Do you know this thing?
It looks like someone I knew. Back from when I was still fighting for my father.
So she was a rebel.
She defied my father, same as I. That's why he killed her.
Whatever she was before, she is a revenant now. In other words, she's dangerous.
Of course. A ghost seeking closure.
What does that mean? What is a revenant?
I've seen my share of undead, but this is new. What exactly is that? A revenant?
A wraith, or a Yalkadara, as the orcs call it. When a person dies with an unfulfilled desire, a scourge, that person may return to the world as a revenant, with the purpose of finding closure. It's a fascinating magical phenomenon.
She doesn't seem to be aware of us.
She doesn't seem to be aware of us.
And no, it isn't. Revenants are guided by raw emotion and magical auras, rather than sight, touch, or hearing.
So she's here. Sama.
If a revenant is a ghost seeking closure, she's here for Asamo, for revenge.
Probably. I think we...
Isamo?
By the light.
You took me, Tahar. You took me. You took Zane. You took your own child. But it's over now. I found you.
I believe it thinks you are Asamo. This isn't good.
Helena,
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Listen to me, bitch. I'm not who you think I am.
No! Does this never end? Well, keep you shielded.
Oh, for Pete's sakes.
What's next? Whatever's necessary.
Danger up ahead.
Here goes nothing.
Well, keep me shielded. They will fall.
You read my mind. Whatever necessary.
Yes?
Fine. All right.
Quiet.
Get ready.
See.
Your struggle is
D.
Let's see what we can do.
Yes?
I will do
Whatever's necessary.
Please.
Fuck's sakes.
Let it fall. Everything has an end.
Come on.
Damn it, Helena! Remember, I am not Asamo!
This is pointless. She doesn't listen.
It's over. She's dead.
She has been for a long time, Tahar. I don't know what she meant to you, but this creature
Good
wasn't
night,
your friend.
Unity. Have a good one. Sleep well, my friend. Yes, I see. Oof. Sorry, I didn't see that. I was busy in the middle of a battle. Okay. Will she return?
Will she come back? As another revenant?
Revenants only return once. If not, this world would be haunted by thousands of them. She's with the light now.
I think I was him.
Don't understand why she thought I was him.
It doesn't mean anything. A revenant's mind, if you can call it that, doesn't work like ours. It only reacts to raw emotions and auras. She must have seen the semblance between yours and your father's.
Let's move on.
Let's just move on.
Okay, so we destroyed
So,
one
what's the
person.
plan? You got it.
Books, books, books. Did my father read all these?
Unlikely.
Books, books, and more books. No, he didn't.
Now would you look at that? Let's see. Interesting. Now would you look at that?
Let me know what you need.
Interesting.
Make out of a small silhouette of countless books behind the cabinet.
Fine.
Abominations.
All right.
Stay away from the claws.
Let us make this quick.
I need help over here.
They will fall.
Cap killed one of our heroes.
Healing.
Whoa. This is bizarre.
Helen's rings. I'll never get used to that.
Blazes. That was unexpected.
Huh?
Sounds like a plan.
Plasma armor.
Let's see. Whatever's necessary.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Let us make this quick.
Here we go.
You regret this.
Is this really necessary? Please. Cap killed one of our heroes.
As you require.
That way?
No. Don't die on me, will you? We need you.
Get ready. Sure. You got it. Sounds like a plan. That way?
No. Don't die on me, will you? We need you.
Please.
Fuck me.
Sure.
Yes, of course.
Okay, I don't want to get him killed, so I want to at least get him some, let's get him some health. Okay. Seriously need to continue.
You got it.
Where the hell is this thing taking me?
Do you hear that?
The Song of the White.
Yes, but it's clearer. It seems to be coming from down that hallway.
Then we know where we have to go.
Oh my fuck.
The song. It has stopped.
Indeed. Incredible. All this energy. I've never felt anything like it.
No,
Neither have I.
No.
Whatever is behind that door, it's the key to this dungeon's secret.
Any thoughts? We have no idea what to expect, so we should stay closely together.
No.
I'm sorry.
Whatever is in there, you, the pariah, needs to face it alone. It's what I saw in the vision, and thus, it's Aenir's will.
Isn't this exactly what we should not do?
You split up?
Split up?
I do not know. I'm just his servant. It doesn't matter. It's the Allfather's will, and we will obey.
I don't like this, but alright.
I don't like this, but alright.
Have you lost your mind? No way you're going in there alone.
What do you want me to do? There's purity priests all over the fortress. If this is what he wants, we'll do it.
Wise words.
Alright. Then let's get this over with. Just stay put. I'll be back.
Okay. You guys give me a second. I really need to run to the toilet real quick. Okay, let's get back into it, shall we? We're gonna save because, yeah, I don't trust this.
Yes? No turning back now. Understood.
Come on, Tahar.
Tiara's breath.
My child. Finally.
What is this? Who are you?
Your mother. I'm your mother.
Wait. You? Say that again?
I'm your mother. You are the blood of my blood. My child. My son. And you finally come. You've come to save me.
I don't understand.
I'm your mother. The quiet man, Isamo. He molded you from my blood. And after all this time, you finally heard me. Please, child, sit down. I believe we have a lot to talk about.
Fuck me.
You are silent.
Yes. I'm sorry. All this, it's a lot to take in.
I feel the same way. All those years I've spent in this slumber, only to wake up and be experimented upon by your father. To be given a child in some grotesque, unholy ritual. I still wonder if this is really happening. Or maybe just a strange dream.
I'm afraid it isn't.
Why do you call Sama the Quiet
Why
Man?
is it that you call Isamo the Quiet Man?
Well, I did not know his true name until years after my awakening. And before that, he hardly spoke. So this is what my mind always called him.
So you have been trapped down here since my father was...
So, you've been in this stasis until I came here, and I somehow set you free?
I was awake, but at the same time I wasn't. Whatever the quiet man did after he woke me, it left me in this haze. I didn't see, I couldn't move, but I could hear, and I could feel.
That must have been horrible.
It was, and there were times where I just wished that he would finally end it.
How is it possible that I understand?
Why can I understand you? We don't speak the same tongue, do we?
We don't know, but you joined your spirit to the Nexus, didn't you? Our minds are connected.
Thus I
Thus,
hear you.
I can hear you, and you can hear me.
You said that my father created me. Is that possible? You are really shape. Survived the downfall of kind. Happened with the old.
I still can't believe you're a Shaper.
Shaper. That's how the quiet man called me too. We called ourselves the Zarlondep.
I know, but how is it possible that you're still alive? I thought you were extinct.
Yes, so it seems. I was unaware of this until the quiet man told me.
But how did your people die? And how did you survive?
I do not know how my people died. Believe me, child, I have spent a long time wondering. As for your second question, it is a long story. I was one of the Yulas caste, the scientists, the scholars, the priests, and like many other Zalondeb at that time, I was taken by the Scourge.
The Scourge?
A disease. It had been ravaging through our empire for over a decade at that time. It ate us up from the inside.
It was still diseases.
Most scholars who studied your people firmly believed that the Shapers had cured the world of all diseases.
Then they are wrong. We had found cures for many of them, yes. But even these were often only for the Yulas and the Zavas, the ruling castes. And there was no cure for the Scourge.
But you survived. How?
through a ritual, an experiment. The idea was to freeze my body until a cure would be found. Looking back, I wonder why I was so eager to keep living. I was just a power-hungry woman who had no one to mourn her death. By the face of time, it's strange to tell you this. Millennia have passed, but some of the memories are still so lively, so real.
How old are you exactly? Oh.
How old were you when the Scourge infected you?
90 years. Half my lifespan was already gone.
Wait, half your lifespan was already gone. So they lived to be 180. So, a lot less than the elves and the dwarves.
You said that my father created me. What is that supposed to mean?
I am not sure if I can even give you an answer to that. But I will try to explain. See, my child, the quiet man, Isamu, I do not think he ever considered me a living being. What he saw me as was a tool to the essence.
The essence?
The source of all magic. Your father's race, they are only able to access a glimpse, a twinkle from an endless sea. We, the Zalundhepar, were different. We have always been closer to the essence. We had understood how to harness it, and that had made us powerful.
In other words, the essence is the place all magic comes from.
So, the essence is the place all magic comes from?
Yes, but there were and probably are many names for it. The essence is only what my people called it.
Did you ever try
Did you ever try to resist? To break free?
Of course, but it was pointless. I could not speak and I could not move, and even my magic could not aid me.
So my father hoped to gain access to the essence through you.
So, you're saying that my father wanted to use you to gain access to this essence?
Yes, he was obsessed with the idea of gaining power, and to him, I was the key. But what he was trying to do, transferring my aura, my powers onto himself, was impossible, and he realized that quickly.
Why was it impossible?
Why was it impossible?
Because an aura is as unique as a person's eyes or their fingertip skin. It cannot simply be put on and off like a helmet or a glove, and it dies with its owner.
Which is why he tried to find another way to gain access to your powers.
Yes, he tried transferring my energy to a talisman, to these flesh creatures he created, and countless other ways, but it was all in vain. These experiments went on for years, and even though I couldn't see and couldn't speak, I felt it all. Then he created you. His train of thought was simple. If my aura could not be transferred, it could be passed onto my offspring.
But how is that even possible? A shaper and a human?
It is possible. The way we conceive, how we bring forth new life, it is different from what you are used to.
How?
It's complicated, and I do not want to talk about it with my own child. What matters is it worked. Down here, on this altar, I gave life to you, to my first and only child.
She's like, okay, this is a lot to take in.
I'm sorry. This is a lot to take in.
I understand. Believe me, I do. All those years, I had wondered how it would feel to finally meet you. About what you would look like, and all the things I tell you. But now that you're here, it feels surreal. As if all this is just an illusion. a mirage.
So this is where the nightmare comes from.
So this is where the nightmare comes from, isn't it?
What nightmare?
Ever since I was a child, I had these dreams. I think I saw this place, the creatures my father created, the images. They were so vivid, so real. But whenever I told Isamu about them, he just shrugged it off. I always felt they were connected to something that had happened a long time ago. Now I know.
Yes, that is possible. Quite often, our dreams remind us of the things we have long forgotten.
In other words, I am half sure.
So I am half Shaper. How come it doesn't show?
Once again, this has to do with the way we conceive, but I do not want to talk about it. I hope you understand.
What happened? What did Osama do?
What happened then? What did Isamu do?
He took you away. For what purpose, I do not know. But it is evident that it did not work. Even through you, he could not obtain access to the essence. As for what happened afterward, that is a question you are more fit to answer than I am. And once you freed me, I want you to tell me all.
What happened when I touched?
What exactly happened when I touched your hand earlier? How did I wake you?
You don't know.
How should I?
Yes, how should you? I am sorry, child. For some reason, I continue to expect you to know all those things I would have taught you. If things had been different. You see, a Shaper does not always have that connection to the essence the quiet man was looking for. When they come of age, there is an event called the melding. The child, guided by her creators, unlocks the potential slumbering within. Your father, he did not know this, which is why you could never give him what he wanted.
So this is what happened? You performed this ritual on me?
It's less of a ritual, but something that happens with age. It would have happened far earlier if we had not been separated. But yes, by taking my hand, we melded. And the energy that was set free also lifted my curse. Or at least parts of it. I am still unable to move.
But what does that mean? That I can now access the essence?
No, the melding only provides the child with a key. Finding the door is a lifelong quest. But yes, deep down inside you have unlocked something. A potential for the enormous power Isamu had been looking for.
But the song of the white is your doom.
But I still don't understand. What is the story behind that song? You said that you called out to me so that I could find and save you.
Yes, I have done nothing else since your father took you from me. But it was only a short time ago that I finally started to feel that I could sense your presence somewhere out there. Thus, I tried to focus my thoughts onto you and sent them out into the world. Telepathy, as you call it. The song must have been the way the dark corners of my mind expressed my emotions.
Dark corners of your mind.
The dark corners of your mind? What do you mean by that?
Well, every spirit has two sides. One that the mind can see, and the other one that remains hidden. If the visible one is a puddle, the invisible is an endless sea.
My father died a year ago. Could this be the reason that we only started hearing the song 6 moons ago?
He is dead?
Yes. He started a rebellion against our kingdom and fell in the final battle.
I see. I always knew it would come to that, you know. His hunger, this glare in his eyes. I knew it would consume him eventually.
How do you feel about this?
How does that make you feel?
That is a good question. I do not know. I expected to feel relief, joy, triumph even. But instead, I feel nothing.
So his death broke whatever spell he had imposed on you. And because of that, your telepathy finally carried through the walls of this place.
That is the only explanation. Yes.
So it was telepathy. But how come only certain people heard you? Only mages?
Is it not obvious? Because having magic means standing close to the essence. And only those who stand close are receptive to my telepathy. I did not know the form my thoughts would take on, but it seems that for us, it was a song. One that finally led you here to free your mother from her suffering. There is poetry in that, isn't there?
Dark poetry, if anything, killed people.
I think there's something you don't know.
What do you mean?
Your song. It was lethal to everybody who wasn't gifted with magic.
Thousands of people died.
I don't know how to say this, but people died. Lots of people. This is why I'm here. To end the blood burn, as we've started to call it.
Blood burn? In the name of the sun. I didn't know.
You have any idea what happened?
I just don't understand. Why did the song kill people without magic? How is this possible?
I don't know. Maybe it was too much for their minds to bear.
Yeah.
Forgive me, I don't know what to say.
But it's over now, isn't it? I found you.
Yes, it should be, but... Oh, please, you have to believe me. I didn't know. All I wanted was to have you back. To... Wait. There's someone here.
What are you...
No!
What the fuck?
I'm sorry. It was necessary.
What did you do?
What do you think? I fulfilled Aenir's prophecy. Searching for a cure, the pariah seeks the truth. A lost mother will be found and awoken from her slumber, and thus allows me to receive her essence.
You knew about this? You knew about my mother?
Yes, I did. I knew that the blood burn was caused by a Shaper mother looking for her lost child. But what I didn't know was where to find her. So I had to find the child instead. Which I did. The pariah. Though I certainly did not expect it to be Asamo Tahar's son.
But why? What for?
Isn't it obvious? Because I needed her essence. The key to the Archfire, as we call it. Through its power, I will be able to open the gates and to allow Aenir to return. I'm sorry, Tahar. Your mother, she will now serve the greater good. I hope you understand.
Understand? You bloody killed her!
She is not dead. Her body may be, but not her mind. Inside that amulet, she's still alive. It's what your father had always tried to accomplish, but never did.
Where are the others? What did you do with them?
Where are the others? What did you do to them?
Put to sleep. Don't worry, I didn't kill them.
If you...
I did not kill them. As defilers, they will be put to justice, but that has not been done yet.
So all you wanted was access to the Archfire. You're my mother's...
I don't get it. You did all this only to get access to the essence? To the Archfire?
No. The blood burn had to be stopped. Unlike what you might believe, I do care about the people of Io, just as the Old Father cares about all of his children. So I stopped it, as Aenir ordered me to. But he also told me something else. That purifying the world, freeing it from defilers, and making people see their sins is only the first step. The second one requires power. A lot of it.
Why?
It's called the opening of the gates. A rift, a portal. One through which Aenir can step back into this world. And this is what he chose me for. His most loyal servant. He needed the Archfire's power. and he knew the pariah and his mother with a key.
Free her now.
Give me that amulet now, or I'll take it from your dead body.
No, I will not. Your mother is what we should all be, a tool of the All-Father. Either way, there's no point in explaining. Your role in this ends here. Once again, I am truly sorry. But the All-Father's visions were clear. The pariah needs to die after the mother has been found.
Damn it, I'm the only reason you're here.
But I helped you, for heck's sake. I'm the only reason you're here.
I know you are, but it's the All-Father's will. Just try to see it as the honor it is. Many of my scions would have given a lot to play such a pivotal role in Aenea's return. You will die, here and now.
No, this is insane. There has to be another way.
No, Tahar. There is not.
You read my mind.
They will fall.
Whatever's necessary. You read my mind.
They will fall.
Not now. You read my mind. Whatever's necessary.
They will fall. They will fall.
Whatever's necessary. You read my mind. Whatever's necessary.
They will fall.
Whatever's necessary. You read my mind. Whatever's necessary.
Ah! No, 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 no.
They will fall.
Why do you resist? It's pointless.
No, it's not.
I
You
can't focus.
tried to kill some...
Whatever's necessary.
You die now. No, 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 you fucking die now.
Whatever's necessary.
You think I haven't gotten powers? Fuck you,
You
bitch.
read my mind.
This guy's gonna die whether he likes it or not.
You read my mind.
They will fall.
Whatever's
The
necessary.
fact that he thinks he's stronger than me?
They will fall.
Oh, for fuck's
You
sake.
read my mind. Regret this. I can't focus.
Okay, I need to take another one of these.
Whatever's necessary.
Come on.
You read my
No,
mind.
get back up,
Will
get
do.
back up, get back
They will
up, get back up.
fall.
Come on. Fires my
No!
You don't understand, do you?
It's over, Lacane.
No. Believe me, it isn't.
Time to put your mother's magic
Time
to
to put
test.
your mother's magic to the test.
What the? What is this?
Oh my fuck. What have you done? You fucking dick. What have you done? Oh. Why did I get teleported back to Molindir? Wait, what? Why am I being teleported back to Molindir?
Ellen's reins. Hey, quick, over here. Yes, yes, just like that. Stay with us, Corporal. Stay with us.
What's the matter? What happened?
Tahar's awake.
Lord Marshal Arendir. What in blazes are you doing here?
It's a long story, but I'm here as an ally.
Yes, and there will be plenty of time for the lengthy explanations later. First, I want to know how you're feeling, Tahar.
Well, he just found out that he...
Sorry to say it like this, but you look like shit.
Fuck Fuck you! Sorry. That came out wrong. Hang on. Why the fuck am I wearing nothing? Oh no, what happened to my suit? Oh, that's just fucking fantastic. Bunch of dickheads. All of them. I'll come back to that. I want to say I'm fine.
I'm fine, I think. What happened? I just remember Lacane. And my mother.
Your mother? You mean the Shaper?
Yes. It's hard to explain. She was in some kind of stasis when my father found her, and my father used her for his experiments. I don't know how to say this, but the blood burn, it was her doing. When my father died, she tried to call out to me by telepathy. That's what caused the plague.
Alright, I think his head wound is worse than we thought.
It's the truth, Aria. And Lacane didn't only want me to stop the blood burn. He needed me to lead him to my mother, so he could use her as a source for the Archfire.
Well, that's a lot to take in, I guess. But why your mother? You're speaking metaphorically, right?
I'm not.
No.
She is my mother.
Alright, start over, from the beginning.
Yeah, I'd also be like,
What
dude,
happened
hang on,
when you
what the
walked
fuck?
into that chamber? I'm sorry, but that sounds absurd. Utterly absurd.
Well, I doubt he's lying, King Regent. And actually, it makes sense. It explains a lot, for example, why he could activate the portals, enter Mullendir, and why he had this vision.
True.
I have to admit, it's not what I expected from our little trip to the Eye. Not at all.
How did we get out of the dungeon?
Speaking of which, how did we get out of that dungeon?
Well, as you know, I was unconscious too, so I can only tell you what the soldiers told me. But after that explosion, it was as if the skies had started raining fire. Lacane's soldiers panicked and rushed into the dungeon to save him. It must have also alarmed our troops who were waiting at the borders. They marched in and used the confusion to get us out too. I mean, at the time, the Purity still thought we were allies and vice versa. In other words, we got lucky.
Apparently.
Luck
But
had
why in
nothing to do
blazes
with
are
it.
you here, Lord Marshal? And how long was I out for?
It's just anger now. I think we've moved past the titles. And to answer your question, you were out for 5 weeks.
5 weeks?
Yes. To be honest, if your vital signs hadn't remained steady, we would have assumed you were dead.
Which leads us to your mother. You mentioned something about Lacane banishing her into some kind of amulet?
Yes. He somehow absorbed her spirit to gain access to the Archfire. That's what my father always tried, and why he created me in the first place.
And I assume, by Archfire, you're talking about some extremely powerful source of magic.
The source of all magic, yes.
So the theories are true. Well, at least now we have an explanation.
An explanation of what?
Well, the Harbinger has gone rampant. Briefly put, the Purity of Light has taken over almost all of Leonider. The Eye, Greyfell, Greykeep, everything.
Fuck me. How's that possible?
Greykeep? How is that possible?
They were already in the keep when Lacane gave the order, and we simply didn't expect it. It wasn't even a fight. It was a massacre.
I was just about to say.
I know what you're about to say. But it's my fault, because I tolerated the Purity in the first place. And you're right. I've made mistakes, and hundreds, thousands of people had to pay the price.
What about, Queen?
What about the Queen? Is she...
She's alive. The Harbinger knows he can't kill her, because if he does and word gets out, then he might lose the common folk's support. According to our spies, the Queen's Guard and the Purity have struck some kind of bargain.
Wait, so the Purity controls the keep, and the Queen's Guard just plays along?
Yes, it sounds absurd, I know. But the Queen's Guard first responsibility lies with the safety of the Queen. Whatever is necessary to protect her, they do it. Though I doubt Lacane's long-term plan sees the Queen at his side, which is just another reason to hurry.
And Lacane is wielding the power of the Archfire.
And he's wielding the power of the Archfire?
Some incredibly powerful form of magic, yes. And it adds up. He absorbed your mother's spirit, and it allows him to do the things he now does.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
But why? Why start a war against all of Northander?
To prepare Io for the arrival of Aeonir. You remember that nonsense his priests always preach? How we're the reason that Aeonir left us?
Yes. That's why they want to clear the world of sin and mages. Of defilers.
Well, it seems that they've spiced up their idea a little since it was taking too long. It's not just mages they kill anymore, but everybody who doesn't convert to their religion. Soldiers, women, men. They all get to choose. Join the purity and accept the light, or be killed on the spot.
I knew it would come to this.
I knew it would come to this.
Didn't we all?
Be that as it may, your recovery couldn't be more timely.
Am I still charged with treason?
What about the charges? Do you still consider me a traitor?
Is that still important?
Yes, it is.
What's stopping me from killing you?
Nothing. Apart from the fact that if you do this, your chances of winning against Lacane will be even smaller. Given the recent events, your sentence has been lifted. You are pardoned. And if that is your wish, you can be reinstated as a corporal of the Northander army. That, and my apology, is all I can offer.
So you acknowledge that you made a mistake.
So you acknowledge that your verdict was a mistake?
I don't think this is something we should discuss now. We can talk about it later. Do you accept my offer?
I'll pass.
Then, so be it.
Well, Marshal,
How did you even get here?
Later, Tar. I'll tell you all you want to know, but not now.
For what it's worth, the encounter with my mother also changed something in me. I feel different.
Elaborate.
Well, when I awoke my mother, it did something to me. She called this the melding.
Less fancy words, please. What did it do?
Well, I think it allows me to control a part of the Archfire too. Just like the Harbinger does.
Finally, some good news.
Indeed. Anything that can help us battle Lacane will help. But whatever it is, I doubt it will allow us to stop Lacane with a thought alone. Or will it?
No. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly had changed.
I see.
Should I actually take his up his offer? And no, I don't want to.
How did you even get here?
Later, Tar. I'll tell you all.
What about the charges?
Is that still important?
Well, considering that you're in my fortress now, I don't think it is.
I'm glad you're able to see it that way. Given the recent events, your sentence has been lifted.
I'll pass.
Then, so be it.
Since you saved me from the dungeon, what about my mother's body? Is she...
She's here, in the Nexus. We saved her, but she seems to be in some kind of a coma. For a while we thought it was the same as your condition, but now that you've told us the full story, it makes sense. Her body is still functioning, but Lacane has stolen her spirit.
For one reason, Star, then we need to save her.
Then we need to save her.
If she can be saved. But yes, maybe we'll even get our chance sooner than expected. Lacane is marching towards us as we speak.
Come again?
He knows where we are, and he's planning an attack on the city. He might arrive today or tomorrow, but soon, which is why we need to...
Okay, he's arrived, people. He has fucking arrived.
Lord Marshal.
Speaking of Nor.
The Purity. They are here, as you said. What are your orders, sir?
Put up defenses all around the perimeter and protect the Nexus at all cost. How many are they?
Hundreds, sir. And House Utran is supporting them too. Your sister is leading them.
Myra?
I'm afraid so.
Wait. You're saying that House Utron is working for the purity of light now? And they're led by Lady Myra Utron?
As I said, yes. It could be anything, though.
Oh, for
Maybe
fuck's
Lacane
sakes.
forced her to comply.
Then
No,
make
I
sure
don't.
that she does not get harmed. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. There needs to be an explanation for this. Either way, we need to fend them off. Tahar, are you able to fight?
I think so. Yes.
Good. Then you're back in charge. Let's head out.
Thank you. This is my pluck and place, so fuck you. From now on, all abilities can be upgraded to the 3rd power level. Also, you can choose one skill skill tree to become your specialization. I could say I want brutality, but I don't think I really want brutality. I think I want leadership.
Yes.
We got a war, people. Can't believe we're gonna go to war. This is stupid.
Blazes. Battle noises. They're already inside.
They are. Come, let's go get an overview.
Fuck me.
Ellen's reigns. This doesn't look good.
Tahar, you're awake.
He is, and he has got some interesting stories to tell.
But they'll have to wait. Where are Isgrim and Gore?
I don't know. They weren't in the Nexus when the fight broke out. I'd say they've taken matters into their own hands.
What are your orders, Tahar? This doesn't look good.
We have to seal the entrances. If they breach through either one of them, we're done with.
Then we need to split up. I'll get some of my men and make a stand in the southwest.
Then I'll take over the northwest. That's the hardest one for them to reach, so chances are they still haven't made it.
Then we'll help you.
Good. And Tahar, if what that scout said is true, and House Utran is really part of this attack, don't harm her. I know my sister, and this does not make any sense at all. There must be a reason for all of this.
Lady Mahara is your sister.
I didn't even know Lady Utran is your sister.
I don't blame you. Northander politics and family bonds are complicated. But yes, she is my sister. And since her husband, Lord Rickard Utran, died, she's the ruler of the Utran lands, which makes this development as dangerous as it's bizarre. The fact that House Leonider is supporting the Harbinger is bad enough.
I'll do my best. Good luck, Angar. We'll come to your help once the other entrances are secured.
Do that. Nihal,
Defend
guide
and
your sword,
secure the
Tahar.
entrances.
Corporal.
Okay, which entrance are we going to? Okay, first things first, let's go up to our friend. Our friend. First things first though, let's open this portal to that portal,
What do you require?
just in case. Hello, my friend.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Stay where you are. These things aren't just here for bugger and blast. You just had to find out for yourself, didn't you?
These things are not here for show. They actually had to fucking kill you, you fucknuts.
What the... Tahar? Is that you?
I'll explain later. What's the situation? What are those things?
My newest invention. Or, to be more precise, my newly recovered Shaper technology.
They're
I
fucking
call them,
awesome, dude.
Death Towers.
Yeah.
Death Towers.
Yeah, I like them. I like
While
them.
you
I like
were
'em, I like 'em,
asleep,
I like 'em.
I did some more research on how the Shapers used the Nexus to defend their city. This is the result, though they won't hold forever. And my gut tells me the Utrans are up to something, because I haven't seen Lady Moira yet.
So it's true? House Utran is fighting for the purity?
Yeah, and quite viciously so. In other words, your awakening couldn't be more timely.
What do you suggest?
Well, as you know, I'm not the best at tacticians, but from what I saw, the attacks are currently coordinated by 2 Utran commanders. If we stay here and make sure no one gets through, you could take out those commanders in the meantime.
Got it. I'll come back when it's done.
Good. Nihalf, guide your blade, friend.
Okay, let's secure this place. I am securing this place no matter fucking what. This is my home. Fuck you guys.
Sure.
They will burn necessary.
It will be bloody.
Back.
Damn it! I need healing.
Go back. Go back.
They killed one of our heroes.
Go back. All of you,
I'll
go
do
back.
what's required.
Go back. Tahar, I'm sorry. Get your ass back in the game.
Yes. We should be more careful next time.
Yeah, we actually should.
Mm-hmm.
What? That's all? I'm only getting started.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Team 1.
You read my mind.
Okay. We really need healing.
You picked the wrong enemies. We'll make short work of them.
I understand.
Oh, fuck me. Lead them back to the towers. Lead them back to the towers. No, back. All of you, back. Okay. I believe I'm using people that are not very good at fighting.
Good. Now let's find the other one.
Come on, all of you, back. Oh, my friendly...
Fine.
Now where the fuck is this last guy?
Finally.
Got it.
Oh, no.
That way. All right.
Sorry,
Sure.
I know I'm leading them back to the towers, but still. Rather than lead them back to where I can deal with them properly, then deal with the rest of the bullshit that follows. Like finding this one lonesome fucking asshole.
Leave it to me.
Oh.
Fine.
No. Everybody back. Everybody back.
Understood.
Everybody back. Everybody get back.
Got it.
How the fuck am I supposed to fight these guys, you know? need my healers. I can only heal so much.
Really?
Pathetic.
They will fall. Damn it! I need healing.
You killed one of our heroes.
I'm
I
injured.
need healing.
Will do. I understand.
Okay, there must be a fucking... there must be a way. There must be a way, 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 there must be a way. I need troops. I need troops.
Blazes! Battle noises. They're already inside.
They are. Come, let's go get an overview.
Got it.
Ellen's reigns. This doesn't look good.
Tahar, you're awake.
He is, and he has got some interesting stories to tell.
But they'll have to wait. Where are Isgrim and Gorn?
I don't know. They weren't in the Nexus when the fight broke out. I'd say they've taken matters into their own hands.
What are your orders, Tahar? This doesn't look good.
We have to seal the entrances. If they breach through either one of them, we're done with.
Then we need to split up. I'll get some of my men and make a stand in the south.
Then I'll take over the northwest.
Then we'll help you.
Good. And Tahar, if what that's...
I didn't even know...
I don't blame you. Which make...
I'll do my best.
Do that. Nihalth guide your sword, Tahar.
Okay, so we're gonna save right here because I don't want to have to do all of that again. I want to get troops, but how do I get troops? That's the question.
Is there anything you need?
No! I did not want to teleport there.
Interesting. What's next?
Yes?
Okay, I wanted to actually speak to you. But can I not speak to him? Fuck.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Stay where you are. These things aren't just here for bugger and blast. You just had to find out for yourself, didn't you?
That way. All right. Now would you look at
What the... Tahar?
I'll explain later.
My newest invention.
Death Tower.
Yeah. Though they won't.
So it's true?
Yeah. And
What do you suggest?
well, as you know, if we stay...
Got it. I'll come back when it's done.
Good. Nihalf guide your blade, friend.
I can't destroy them. I need troops. So, what I'm going to do first...
Interesting.
Oh.
That will lead me to here.
Sure.
Interesting. Got it.
Okay. This is some of the most hectic fighting. Okay, let's first find out about these guys.
Blazes, it is you. Last time I saw you, you were lying on that stone bed like a bloody corpse.
That's about how I felt when I woke up. What's the situation? I don't see any Purity men around here.
No, not Purity, but someone else. According to my scout, they're gathering their forces down that valley. My gut tells me they're waiting for reinforcements.
Who are we dealing with?
If it's not the Purity, who are we dealing with? Another one of the royal houses?
No, I don't think so. To me, they look like bandits. But they're fighting under Aeonir's banner. And the man my Kayran hunter took down had the Purity symbol tattooed right across his forehead.
The Bane. The ones who massacred the Nortander outpost in Leafshade.
Huh. Yeah, that fits.
Damn it. What's the plan then?
Well, now that you're here, I say you move out and crush them. We'll hold our position and cover your backs.
Simple enough. All right then. Move out.
Okay. At least this one only has one. So... you know what? I'm gonna have to do this tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this tomorrow. Sorry, guys. I'm getting a bit tired now, so I'm not thinking straight. So I should have probably come to do this one first because I need soldiers for the top battle, and maybe this will give me some soldiers for the top battle. I don't know. I'm hoping. So I will probably continue this tomorrow night. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I hope to see you guys again tomorrow night. I will be streaming from 11 my time because my power's out from 9 to 11 p.m. So yeah, I'll be streaming from 11 p.m. onwards. So it probably will be quite a long stream. Yeah, so thanks guys for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.